Hey Savita, we're going live in 5. Yes, we're live.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy at home. Welcome to BYJU'S Summer Camp. My name is Savita Iyer, and I will be conducting the art workshop for all of you today. In today's live, we are going to be learning how to make a galaxy art painting. Let me show you how it looks. This is how it looks. I think it's looking awesome. Isn't it beautiful? Yes. So this is a very simple painting, and we are going to be using a very simple and a very easy technique to make it look very stunning. And you don't need too many items to make this. And this is also doable by a beginner, and you can make it very easily. So I think we should get going. Let's begin, guys. So I'm going to be putting it on my pot. So just give me about 2 minutes. And in the meanwhile, you can keep all the materials that is needed ready. Your canvas, colors, brushes, papers, everything. And just give me about 2 minutes, guys. I'll just switch over. So I'm all set. So I hope you're all quite excited to do this with me. Yes. So let's get started, kids. Okay, so I again welcome you all. I don't know how many of you joined in right now. I think my frame is set. Just gonna pull it down a little bit so that you see the painting very clearly. Okay, now as I showed you, this is what is the painting that we're going to be doing. Okay, so you see, I'm just going to repeat the color palette. So we need black, we need purple, we need red. If you don't have purple, we can do away with red also. And we need blue. We need 2 shades of blue. That is, if you have dark blue, that is Persian blue, and the cerulean blue, or a regular blue, white, that is also going to do well. This pink is made with black and yeah, I think now the frame is set. Sorry, my phone auto takes the shape. Yeah, I think now it's all good. Okay, so yeah, I was just explaining the color palette to you all. So this is dark blue, blue, red, and black, white, all of those things. So I think the palette is ready with you all, and let's get started. Okay, step 1. So I'm going to be explaining this entire process of painting with very simple steps, okay, as I promised. So step 1, what we're going to be needing is black color, okay? So take some black color. So I'm going to be using acrylic. I know that you guys have poster color or watercolor, or you can even go ahead and use crayons. You can do any of that. That's perfectly okay. But I'm going to be using acrylics because I'm going to be doing it on a canvas. Okay. So step 1. Okay. Just remember this entire painting in steps so that it's easy for you all to remember and do it or reproduce it again. That would be very good. Get the container of water. If at all you're using acrylic or watercolor, you need that to be ready with you all. So take your black color. Okay, fill up the canvas with black. That is step 1. Okay, so let me show you the entire canvas. Yeah, step 1 is paint the canvas black. So this is, I'm just repeating it so that if at all somebody is joining in now, They don't have to worry that they've missed out too much. Actually not. We are just painting, doing the first step. We are painting the canvas black. Okay. So I'm using acrylic, as I told you. So I would suggest that you don't use too much water, because what happens is it will not be dry fatafat, okay? Like it won't dry up very easily. It will take its own sweet time, and then you'll have to keep waiting between the layers. So I would suggest in the entire painting process, do not use too much water. Just ensure you take a little, like just a dab or something, but do not like like put too much water. Like don't take too many droplets of water, which will get very soggy and you won't be able to paint well. Okay. See, I have hardly taken water. Say I took it directly from the bottle. You don't even have to use a palette. Just make a nice even coat of black color. That is step 1. Okay. Yeah, voila, I'm done. So I hope you're all doing along with me. Okay. Now you see, yes, they can use oil pastels also. If at all you're using oil pastels, then you have to just ensure the black is done evenly, because oil pastels has this tendency of leaving white areas. Okay, so just you'll have to put a lot of pressure while you're doing oil pastels. Like just rub a little bit more, because we need the paper to be engulfed with black. Okay, we cannot have too much. So these white spots that you see are all because of the brush and the dab that we're going to be doing later. So this is, so if you're doing oil pastels, you have to just put a lot of pressure while you're painting. Am I clear? Yeah, poster color also, it is going to be the same. You can use, as I mentioned, you can use poster color, you can use oil pastels, you can use watercolor and watercolor paper, all of that. Please keep a rough cloth with you. That will help you to keep wiping your brush on and off, because we need to do that. Or else, black is quite dark. I mean, it's super dark, right? So we will have to keep cleaning our brush, because the next colors that we're going to be taking is blues and the entire palette of blue. Okay, so you got to wait for about 2 to 4 minutes for this to dry. So in the meanwhile, whoever is not started to do this along with us, just get going fatafat and start painting. So step 1, I'm repeating it again. So step 1 is painting the entire canvas black. Okay. You would have seen various other galaxy art so far, but the thing is, there are, like, say there are some 15 techniques to approach to do this painting. Okay, so we are probably taking the easier or the shorter step, so that as I promised, I am going to simplify this entire painting technique for you all, and this is going to help us make some stunning art. Okay, so yeah, I think it's fairly dry. See, I'm just touching it and checking. It's not so wet, but I think this area needs about 2-3 more minutes. Okay, I think it's, when you're using oil pastels, it's bliss for you guys, because there is no waiting period in between. Yeah. So once you use black, the next color that you're going to be taking is blue. Okay. So there are, okay, now I have a couple of variations in blue. I have the cerulean blue, I have sky blue. I also have Persian blue, or ultramarine blue, it is called. Okay, so you can take any blue to start with, because when I say dark blue, I suggest you take a Persian blue. When I say light blue, you should be taking the normal blue. Okay, that's also okay with me. I'm not insisting that you should have a sky blue, but my light blue is what I'm calling light blue. Okay, so this is the brush. So the brush I'm using, as I mentioned, the material is, it's just a 8 number round brush is what we need, and we just need like say one brush to do this entire thing. Yeah, one more 0 number brush just to do the stars and the details. So not too much effort. So now that I've taken blue, I also need a very little. I also need a very little amount of light blue, very little. Now, if you don't have light blue, I'm going to give you options. What you can do is you can use white to this blue. You see this blue? You can use white to this blue, and that is going to make your light blue. Okay, now that I already have it set, I'm not going to be doing that. You can do it because it's not necessary that you have the same sky blue with you. Okay. So let us now plan where the blue is going to be. So we just have to draw like a random, say a cute mountain kind of a thing here. And then, one particular patch, because in a galaxy, galaxy doesn't have anything fixed, right? Galaxy keeps changing as things change, the stars change. So many things are there, which is a factor that is going to get the change, right? So that is so that way you don't have anything definite that is happening in this kind of painting. Okay, so you have you have done a marking with blue first. Okay, that is step one. So you know that where your painting is going to go next. Okay, and you see this area which is below. Okay, we are going to be using white there and filling it up, and then using red over it so that we get that pink engulfing. Okay. So as I told you, I'm just using a normal 7-number round brush. And the movement that you're going to use the brush in is circular movement, guys. It's not going to be a straight strokey technique. So just dab if you find that circular thing difficult, just dab. So we are just going to be doing the marking because white is yet to come. Okay. See, I'm using dark blue in between. Yeah. So you see how I'm using the dark blue? I'm using the dark blue around. Now, yep, see, it's already looking pretty, already looking like the galaxy. So we have all the colors that a galaxy needs. So dab, dab, dab is the easiest way, or you move your brush in circular motion, whichever is easy. So I've taught you 2 techniques, just follow any, whichever you guys are comfortable with, okay? Now, okay. Now, as I told you, so this was the second step. We did the marking on where we want the light and dark areas because black is going to be there. And so we're going to be doing around it with the Persian blue like this. So that is the last step that we're going to be doing. But before that, we have done the marking here. Now, I told you we have to draw some trees here, right? So for that, we need to be using white. Now I have this acrylic tube white. You can go ahead and use your watercolors or your oil pastels or your poster, whatever color you have, just take the white color out, put it in your palette like this, and paint this area like this. Okay, dab, dab, dab again. Just take white. I'm not washing the brush. I'm okay if it's a little light blue. I'm coming to that. See how I'm making the dab. So I'm making, like, say, easiest way to explain this would be I'm making small mountains. Okay, this is so easy. Small mountains with white. Okay, perfect. So and don't forget to enjoy the process of painting. Okay, because we are doing all of this as a fun activity, and you need to enjoy the process. That is the most important thing. So don't stress while you're painting. Oh, it's not coming like the way it is coming for her. It will come as you practice, guys. It is going to surely come. So there is no worry or stress while you're painting. Just enjoy. See how beautiful it is looking, and keep appreciating yourself. Okay, I mean, that's the key, I feel. Okay, so I'm almost done with the white bit. Okay, I have some more white left. I might just go ahead and do some white here also. Fairly easy. Now, no need to wash the brush in between. Just dab some white here. Just very little. Dab, dab, dab. See, it's blending and it's becoming gray or dark blue. It's not white. It's not like a stark white. So just understand that, please, because Galaxy painting, the white will only be enhancing with the dabs, okay, what we do, or the stars that we're going to be putting later. So we don't have to do the super white or pure white here. Whatever little bit of brush white you have remaining in your brush, you do that because we have not washed our brush. So it is going to eventually become light blue. Am I clear? Okay. See, I'm doing the same thing here so that I get a clean, neat, one cloud kind of a patch. Okay. Okay. Now this is fairly done. Go ahead, wash your brush thoroughly because next thing that we're going to take is red. Again, maybe we'll take a little bit of white because we need this to be pink or purple. Okay. Don't forget to keep a rough cloth or a tissue paper with you because we need to keep, see, there is no color in the brush. It's clean. Okay. There is a little blue, but that's okay. That's marginal, but it's not, there is no heavy color. Okay. So please clean your brush. Now, I think because I did not use much of water, the canvas is getting dried up very fast, which is a good thing for me. I hope you guys are also not using excessive water because too much water is going to make your painting look very, it's just going to look very washy. It's not going to give you the exact feel and the color. So ensure the painting doesn't have too much water. Okay, while painting, you do not take too much water. That's a better way to say that, so that you will not take too much water. Okay, I'm just using, so now this layer is dried up here, so I'm just repeating the white so that my pink, the next thing that I'm going to put is a little more brighter. Okay, or the red. Now I have this red with me. This is Crimson 04, or you just take a regular red which is there in your palette. Perfectly okay. There is no need to go and search for Crimson 04. In acrylic, the color's name is Crimson 04. But yeah, in poster color, it may just say red. It may say scarlet in some color boxes. I'm not sure. So just go and take red because visually there is hardly any difference between the scarlet and the red. It's just marginal. So I'll take this. I need to create a pink here, right? So I'm just going to dab very little red. And voila, it's pink. You see how this pink is coming? How did you come? How did you get this pink? We mixed white and red, and that makes it pink. Clear? Wasn't it simple? Super simple. Now, I think my white, I run out of the white, so I'm going to go ahead and take some more white. If at all you face a situation, go take more color. And don't forget to enjoy the process. There's nothing to worry. This is your summer camp, so you should thoroughly enjoy it because in a few more days your schools are going to open up. Yay, I think my white looks very cool. And dab, 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 dab. Now I want some pink or a purple here also. So what I'm going to do, I don't want too much color or too much pink or whatever purple here. So whatever is left in my brush, I'm just going to go and do a rolling technique. You see this? See, again, I went ahead, took that red and a little bit of red and a little bit of white. Just going to make a eventually all of this is going to blend, kids. So it's, yeah, I think it's looking nice. Now, Galaxy is all about blending. Okay, so see, now here I need some stark red, like not really bright. It has to blend with the blue because ultimately it's a very dreamy atmosphere. So we have to make it look like that. Okay, so we cannot just put some color and say, it'll blend on its own. It's not going to do that. So you have to take that little effort to blend it. So how am I going to do this? See, I have taken this dark blue and we already have black here, right, on the canvas. So I'm just going to take the dark blue and I'm just going to go dabbing. So I have to go and blend it with a color which is very close to the black. So what is the color which is close to the black? Obviously the blue. So the dark blue. Okay. So see. Okay. Oil pastels will not, because there are a lot of techniques where oil pastels stroke and oil pastels rub or whatever stroking that you guys are doing, no, that is very different when it comes to oil pastels. So if you're using oil pastel, try and use a circular way of painting. Okay, like suppose this is a oil pastel, go do small circles round, round that way, and that will help you blend. Okay, and don't now black, you have already given enough pressure and painted it completely black. Now as you do the next layers, don't put too much pressure. If you want, you can take a scraper or something, remove off that little black and keep blending it. Try it, it will definitely come. It does work. So if you're stuck with oil pastels, this is how it will be. Okay. See, you see this blending happening in this corner? I don't want anything to be really shouting out, like, the white should not be seen too much. So I'm again taking this light, this dark blue, that's Persian blue or ultramarine blue, whatever you want to call it, guys. And then I'm just going to give it a dab so that it is more close to the black. I will eventually use black also a little bit, but yeah, people are using oil pastels. Try the circular technique. It will definitely work. Okay. Now again here, I just want the blending to happen. Little. Okay. And see, this is drying up eventually. So I want to put one more coat of it so that this is more brighter. And the best part, each time you do a galaxy painting, you're not going to get the same results as you did earlier. Because what happens is, this is something, it's not an abstract though, but you cannot really keep a tab on all the strokes that you're actually using for blending. You see how many times I have actually done the blending, and this painting, there will be some amount of difference, but we are trying to adapt the same technique, here, and getting it look like that. So basically, every time you do a new galaxy painting on a newer surface, you are going to be getting various different results. Okay, and I would say you need not restrict yourself to this kind of color palette. You can use yellow. You can just get dreamy. Just do whatever color combination you want. You can probably do any of that. You can use a yellow. You want to use yellow here in the sky, you can use. But for today, we are sticking on to this color palette so that the entire thing looks like one tone. And there is a little surprise in the end of the video. I'll just show you that also, because I've done it with the same technique. Okay, before it dries up, you need to start blending all of this. See, I'm taking the dark blue, the dark blue, that is the Persian blue or ultramarine blue, whatever you guys are using. Just go blend. See, another technique is circular motion of the brush. Okay. One technique is dabbing, second technique is circular motion. So if you've started with dabbing, continue with dabbing, or, don't, like, you may not find the best results if you do both the techniques together. It may work, it may not work. And also it's very upon the pressure you put, okay? As I'm doing this, it's not feather touch. I need to put the pressure so that the color which is there in the brush will come on the canvas, okay? So that little effort has to be there. Okay, I think this is looking nice. Okay. I hope you're all enjoying it, and you got the result that is there here. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash my brush thoroughly, because I want to go and take some more pink, because I want this to have some contrast. You know what contrast is in a painting? You know, every object, every painting that you do, you should minimize it and check whether the contrast is good enough. If the contrast means the light and dark, you know, what you're trying to say should be visible. So I feel here the white has to be a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and take some more white. I was just waiting for it to dry up. Okay. If at all you have a neon pink, I'm just going to show you one small addition. I'm just using a little bit of neon pink. You know, this is a unicorn pink. If you have it, take it, okay, and use it here. I'm not insisting. If you have it, it's great because that has more brightness than your regular pink. Or you go ahead and go back using your white and your red. Clear? Okay, so I've just used very little of it so that I can just show you. If at all you have, I'm sure, and I'm sure of all of you, somebody will be a unicorn lover. So unicorn colors are these, you know, this is some neon pink. So this is so bright and beautiful. So you can try to use this also in your galaxy painting. Now, as I go up, don't forget to take the blue and do the blending up each time because we don't want any color, stark color standing like that. Am I clear? Now you see how beautifully this entire place is blended. Ta-da! I'm so happy that this has come out so well. Okay, now again, I'm seeing a little white, which is there on my brush coming over. So I am going to go ahead, just do this. Blend, blend, blend. Blend it with the black, huh? Blend, blending, blend it with the black. Okay, I think this is super simple technique. Okay, I told you there are so many other hundreds of techniques to do this galaxy painting, right? So if in other techniques, you know, you can do the blue first and then the pink and then the black. I believe the dark color should be done first because that normally has a tendency of spoiling your painting. If you use it in the end as a filler and all, then you may not be able to blend. It's too much a long cut for you guys to understand. So this would be faster, better, easy, everything. Okay. Now we have to just give it the 2 minutes for it to dry up. So yeah, let me wait because we have to draw the trees. Okay. Now next color that you need is black and a normal 1 number or a 0 number brush. Okay, let me show you what a 0 number brush looks like. This is how it is. It's a normal thin brush. You see this? Yeah, we need this. Wipe your hands. Please keep a tissue. It's a little messy, but yeah, it's beautiful. So you know you'll forget all the mess once you see the final output. This is, I think this is looking very cool and dreamy. Okay, I can actually go ahead and add some more pink here. I just realized it's just not there. So maybe I can go ahead and use this pink, you know, the neon pink, which is left on my palette a little bit, not too much here and here. Okay, again, go ahead. Now, if you're using one small streak of color and then you want to just blend, don't use the same brush to blend, okay? What you need to do is wipe your brush, wash your brush thoroughly, wipe your brush thoroughly, ensure there is no color or water in your brush. Okay, then your brush is good enough for blending. Otherwise, what happens is if you have water left in your brush, it is going to make your painting very sloppy. It's not going to give you that effect. See, dry brushing technique is the best. So if you want to, if suppose like see midway I realized, okay, that you know I need a little patch of pink here. So you know you should not be stuck. Oh, I don't want to add it now just because I can't blend it. It's not that way. You can definitely blend it, but you have to use wash your brush, wipe your brush. That technique is called dry brushing. which is very important when it comes to anything which is, you know, an art form which needs a lot of blending. Okay, I think the streak looks good. You should just let that be. Okay, now I think this bit is also dried up. So you see that little addition of pink and white, you know, it has given me a little, the painting looks a little pumped up. The contrast has got better. Yep. Again, I have finished this bit. I'm going to go ahead and take black. So again, acrylic black or acrylic black, just take it. Take your 0 number brush. Take some color, put it on. You can see my palette, right? Just push it. You see my palette here? Okay. Now, when I say palette, I actually use a piece of glass because it's easy for you to remove the color from that. But you can go ahead and use a palette because glass is not good with children around. So we are supposed to. Don't wonder why is it not white. Okay. Now, you know, I've taken black in my brush and I've not added too much water. Ensure you don't add too much water. Don't make it look very sloppy or watery. Take this, do standing lines like this. Okay, just watch the frame for a minute. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just a marking. Yeah, this is just a marking. You don't need a scale, yeah, to do this. So it's just straight lines. Okay, now go ahead and you know how to make those pine tree, cone. See, like houses, we have to make the shape first. Very simple. Okay, and then I'll show you one tree. Go ahead and do all of that. See this. After this is done, just do dots. I'm just using dots. Huh? I'm not using any other fancy brush. I'm just using dots, and I get this. Now you will ask me, why am I not using the same brush that I was using all this while? Because that's a very fat brush. Okay, that is not a thin brush, so it is not going to give me any control over my painting. See, this is quite a fat one, right? So I cannot go ahead and do this. Then it will just spoil the paint. So I would suggest you use a 0 number brush or anything. And say number 2 is also perfectly okay. But yeah. Yeah, very simple. Do the dabs. See, I'm just doing dots, nothing more than that. And you know, you're getting this tree kind of a texture. We have some more finishing left here, but let's wait for it to dry up. Till then, let's finish off the trees. And don't wait too much in between. You this may dry up, no? So you won't be able to move the color. You want to be a little quick here. Now, if you're using oil pastels, again, go ahead and take a black pastel and use a little bit, or you know, you need a scraper. If the layers are too thick, to scrape out a little bit. Am I clear? Poster colors, I don't see you encountering any issues, no, because the technique remains the same because the medium is again water based. Okay. And yeah, if you're doing it on paper, you got to be a little quick between the layers because canvas, no, it's like a cloth. It will give you that leeway, like it will wait for you to do the next layer and all. But paper is a little absorbent as compared to canvas. So what happens is it will not let you wait for too long. It will be very quick absorbing. So you got to be a little more faster than that. That's it. Okay, that's a small challenge that you have when you're doing it on paper. But yeah, watercolor sheets and all also are as good as canvas. So whatever you're using. So I would suggest you practice on a paper, and then you know canvas you can go ahead and invest in one and do it because they're not very You know, they're not very cheap. So, you know, you don't want to spoil the canvas. So try, you can do this. It's an easy technique. Practice Galaxy on a paper and then go ahead and buy a canvas and do it and frame it. I think this is looking very nice. I forgot this little tree here. Let me do this quickly. I hope you're all enjoying the process. And I'm just going to draw one line, okay, which is not going to be very clean line. It's going to be a little jagged types, but that's okay. I want that effect. I don't want it to be super clean and, you know, like that. Because it's an artwork and it has to be looking too cool. So again, dab, 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 dab. I think it's super, super simple. Okay. I'm almost through. I just have one more tree left. Okay. It's very so easily done. It's super, super simple. Okay. Now I will have to wait for, like, don't go ahead and put your hand there, please. It's very wet. Let us wait for about 2 to 3 minutes. In the meanwhile, we have some more blending to happen with black. So go back and take your fat brush. We were waiting for this bit to dry, no? Take black, okay, or you mix black and blue, however you're okay. Wherever you see these blobs of black, you know, you see, just go ahead and do some blending so that, you know, everything evens out in the end. You know, everything should look blended and pretty, right? I keep mentioning this because Galaxy painting is all about blending. You see, I've just taken some black, not too much water. I'm repeating this again and again. Please do not add over too much water and make your painting look a very, like, you know, it should not look like a washed out painting. It should look nice and bright and full of contrast. So that's it. You see, now with that extra black, don't you think that contrast element is just popped up from somewhere? So I'm just going to continue this here so that, you know, doesn't look empty. Yep, I think it's looking very nice. Now, very important and the most fun technique that is going to come here is the last step. Okay, I know we have drawn the trees because the most difficult thing, we will do a touch up once we finish the stars. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take white. This time I keep telling you, don't add water, don't add water in the entire video. But here you will have to take at least 2 to 3 drops of water. Take your white, like you're going to take a blob, mix the white with the water. Don't make the color extremely runny. You see, it's not very loose. It's not very watery. That kind of a consistency should be there. Okay. Now, I am going to use any brush that you guys have, or you have a toothbrush with you, go ahead, or you use any brush. See, I'm going to use this brush. Okay. So I'm just going to take the color. Okay, leave the excess color on the palette itself. Like a toothbrush, just do this. You see stars? Do you see stars in the evening? Ta-da. I think it's looking cool. Now, you need to understand that you cannot really engulf this entire place with it. So go very close wherever you feel you need like a burst of stars like that, you know. I hope I'm clear. Yeah. Like, see, go here, do this. Tuck, 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 tuck. I know it's a little messy, but it's okay. See this? And I don't want too many big splatters. I'm going to leave the trees alone. If at all 1 or 2 drops fall no on that, it's okay. We are going to go ahead and touch it up. Okay, I think this is pretty much good. Now I'm going to go back and take my 0 number brush. Okay, and I have taken some white because I also need a little like a falling star or something more twinkly. So let me go ahead and just do one plus sign whites. Okay, I think it's the most simplest thing. Try it. See, and I'm just gonna do some more big dots. Ta-da! Now you feel that the color is very watery. Please go ahead and take some more fresh white color. Keep it elsewhere and take the same water. And go and just put some dots. And see, you should be thinking when don't put the dots everywhere because we have enough of these small stars. So we are just doing the brush technique for the big stars, okay? And some streaks or falling, a star, then the wishing thing. So many things can happen in the galaxy. I think that's good enough. I don't want to add too much. Okay, now whoever is using oil pastels, how do you do this? If you have a white eraser, what do you call that? The eraser pen, which you use for if at all you do a mistake while writing with a pen, the correction pen. Yeah, take that, and that is going to help you do these white dots because or if you have poster color with you and or acrylic with you, just do the same technique over the oil pastels. It will still stay. Just make sure the color is a little more thicker when you're doing on oil pastels. That's about it. Okay, I'm just adding. That's it. Now, as I told you, the trees have a couple of stars on them. So let me go back and take the black and I'm just going over the white wherever the dots are there. But I don't think I've done too much here. I've ensured everything is settled here. Is this okay? I think everyone would have done this by now. And I think it's looking fabulous. And let me show you. Okay, now this is a little wet. Let this be here. I told you there's a small surprise in the end of the workshop. So this is the little surprise. So see what I've done. This is on a bottle. Okay, the same technique, exactly the same thing. Look, aren't they looking like bins? So this is the exact same technique that I have done it on a bottle. And this is just, you don't have to go ahead and get a glass bottle. This is a plastic bottle. So when you're doing painting on a bottle, there are a few tips that I would like to share with you. You should be using only, color which is not very runny. Okay, you should be using thick colors basically, because plastic and all, or glass also for that matter, the surface is so silky that it is going to run away, right? It's going to come down. So entire painting you should keep it like this and do it. You're not supposed to keep it upright. Okay, that is one major tip I would like to share. And now you see all of these three, they look very cool. Let me remove the palette out of the frame. 1 second. Here you go. I think they look beautiful. If you want to see only these, here you go. And this guy is also a part of it. So, okay. So now, yeah, I hope you guys have finished the painting and we are hoping to see all the shared pictures. Anyway, so I hope you all had fun today in BYJU'S summer camp session. And I hope you will make more of these galaxy art pieces on your own. To see more such interesting art and craft, you can visit the BYJU'S Learning Tree blog. Okay, don't forget to do that. This blog also has interesting articles on science, maths, and social studies. Okay, so I think that's quite cool. So you should be definitely visiting. And with that, I'm signing off for today. Hope you all enjoyed the rest of your summer break. Bye. Thank you. Take care. Stay safe.